105.1 and Love TV Live for the program. The Afternoon Conversation. We provide you a platform for open dialogue and intellectual exchange. We encourage listeners to think critically, challenge their perspectives, and explore different viewpoints on various subjects by fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The Afternoon Conversation on Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live from Monday through Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. with your host, Rufus Divine Cannon. Don't miss out.
It's always good to be here and a pleasant way to welcome you to another fascinating time of discussion where we discuss issues of national concern, something that is so important to us. Of May, we want to say, Lord, thank you. We started it with friends. They are no more. We're not better than those that are dead and gone, but by your special grace, we are alive and counted amongst the living. What can we say? If you, God, is for us, who can be against us? Too many things to talk about. Specifically, we're going to be looking at the national issues that are trending and those social aspects as well, things that are creeping on us and we taking lightly. And at the end of the day, it becomes a problem that we have us to the point you want to kill a tree, you start from the root. So the root cause of this matter. Now we see our friends starting up on things. We are not talking, but we are jeering and cheering them. We have made this a laughter, but our country is not yet amongst those countries, if I'm right, if not mistaken, that have signed this thing they call the gay and lesbian rights, right? So, but we see a lot of things happening in our corridors. Young people have gotten themselves involved publicly in the art of lesbianism and the practices of as a male now. Odell is one person who's publicly taking these lesbian and gay issues to another level via the social media and is practiced right here in Liberia. She's not the only person. There is this popular occasion that is held every last Sunday in a month. Let's give them a plus for the creativity of a program they have coined and started, The Gathering. The Gathering, we have where you had the Old Heaven nightclub. From there, the transition from the Old Heaven nightclub brought it to the Cinco Palace. It was held twice at the Cinco Palace. Later on, it was taken to, I think they celebrated their anniversary at the NVTC compound. Yes, the NVTC compound. They celebrated the anniversary. I think it was in April. One of the popular areas that people go to entertain themselves. And the gathering is an event that attracts lots of young people and it is getting on becoming So we want the government to keep our eyes on this. It's not a bad thing for the young people to gather, to socialize. But guess what? Some of the practices that have been held there is unacceptable. Yes, we must say this without fear nor favor. It's that the practices of gay and lesbianism is high when these young people guided. And more to that, we want to call the attention of the LDEA. These are areas that you should be sending your people guided at that place called the Gathering every last Sunday. This is something that need to get the attention of the general public. Sometimes your kids, some of you, the parents, don't know what the gathering is. Your kid tells you that, oh, I'm going to see my friend. We're going for a party. Young people converge themselves, entertain themselves, and lots of bad practices. What is so disheartening here? This gone Sunday was one of the baddest Sundays we were called to have seen the practices. People been saying the air, stuff, but we were able to see for ourselves young men at the gathering. And it was so disturbing. Last Sunday, the gays took over. They were not ashamed. They were not even afraid. And the thing is, right on the main road, it's just a stone throw away from where the police were. You know, where the police normally set their checkpoints at the Vamoma area there. And you know, the Era supermarket, that area, that yard there. There's an entertainment place they call Twister. There where the apparatus. And mind you, there are top notch institutions in this country that are fully supporting these kids, that are fully supporting these habits. And you understand that there's no fear for as to whether people will get at them. One point in time, I can remember it was 2018, 2019, 2020. Yes, between there, right on the 16th Street. Yes, there was a gay wedding hell in one of the compounds. Was it the PSR compound? Yes. Wedding, gay wedding hell. And I can recall the Zogos stormed that area. And early morning, I can still recall when I was working for Spoon TV and Spoon FM. We went that early morning at 1 o'clock, yes, uh, to ascertain what was going on. It was a serious riot between those gays and that of the Zogos. We came across lots of condom and lubricants splashed all over the street. Um, time the gay wedding that was held that time on 16th Street in the PSR compound, and there was so much troubling situation. A woman And these days, the people are not hiding it, right? They are not hiding it. So we want the government to be clear on this. Have we signed this whole thing here, the gay right and something like that in this country? Let us, the government, be very blunt with us and come up. If it is not signed, serious problem for the younger ones who are now part and parcel of it. But they say influence. Uh, those people who get themselves involved, they are very influential, and you have come to realize that a lot of our young folks are trooping into that because they have this peer pressure with the day-to-day activities, so they get hype on these kind of occasions. The friends lead them to do these things, and mind you, it's no strange now. The folks are practicing that. You will see Odell got married to her friend female. Particular Facebook, carrying on their arts, and people are there commenting, cheering them, and making it a lot of fun. While the other young ones are around now. I know we have the backlash, but we must say this: we don't want to be tight-lipped on this thing and say, "Oh, all of you, okay, the only thing I can talk about politics." No, it's not about politics. The societal norms is actually taken away. There's no more respect when it comes to people rights and privileges. And there are lots of things going on that we need to speak about. So that's one of the key issues that we thought to flag this afternoon on the somebody will come out to say, oh, it is the people's right and to go about the practices, but is it accepted in our setting? Have we accepted the practice of gay and lesbian rights practices in our country? Let's get to talk about this thing because, mind you, the gathering is one of the institution or programs that is widely promoting what we call a lot more things happening there. And people are not speaking out on this. The children are getting astray. Journal ministry, where are you? And the relevant authority, the justice ministry, where are 65073 are the numbers to call, and let's talk about it. What's your recommendation to the government? Have you been at the gathering and see what we saw? Posture about the young people. But in other countries, like the Togo, a friend of mine who called me, creative young people gather themselves, musicians, crafters, people who sew, people who do all these kind of productive things. This is where they go, to call the attention of these young people. You go there and purchase their things. But let's get to the line and talk to this first caller. Hello,
No.
hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How are you, sir? What's it?
bringing forth this kind of discussion that means a lot to is alarming. I mean, it's affecting our young generation, and I think it is a matter of much that we speak to these issues. First, let me say, though the country provides the need for everybody to live free and fair, but in as much as that, people should know what are the principles of this country. That we were told from back the land is told that this country was built on the Christian principles and see young people getting these things, diving into it with so much pleasure, not even thinking about the negative implications it has. So I mean, I appreciate you for bringing all this topic. I think the Labrador legislature, which comprises of the Bath Cameron legislature, the senators and the representatives, to let us know their stance on these things because they are law like the regular 40 people go on the social media. I mean, they do all stuff and feel very comfortable with it. I mean, in fact, the influence, like you pull it, is damaging our young brothers and sisters. Imagine a young man who feels that because everybody is a gay or a business is a lesbian, so you feel on the issues and be stick far to it because the more it delay
You know, our legislators need to be clear on this matter. Very clear, because, mind you, we haven't gone through legislation yet as to whether they are free to carry on those practices. But more, there's no more fear, where even the issue of people smoking in the street was something that was very, 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 very difficult for people to do. But now you find our friends smoking marijuana in the open. We are we say we have laws and principles on the books. Our people need to be clear with us. Have we gotten involved? Practice, go ahead with whatever practices, because mind you, one of these institutions or programs that is highly promoting that art is the gathering. Yes, like I was saying, my friend told me, look, Divine, in Togo, what we normally do here, you you are influencer on a social media influencer. You are a prime writer. You have written a book, or you created whatever they have. You understand? Whatever they have made, and young people go to buy from them. Young people go and purchase. And also they teach young people, encourage young people to get involved more into the creative act. If you have interest in music, you go to the side where the people are doing music. If you have interest in the art and craft, you go to where they are doing the art and craft. You go to the places where they are selling the fabrics and other stuff like that. It's just about the entertainment and education, not getting involved into what our own are involved with here, where they use the gathering to go and do all sort of illicit things. You find some stuff like that in the open. They don't care who's there. They don't want to know. They go about doing it. Sometimes you understand that at one point in time, find this? Can we recoin this? Can we recoin this whole thing, the gathering, that will transform the youths, that will make the youth to be productive? But Liberia on a gathering is taking the youth far away from the reality and plunging them into unbearable situations where they are getting themselves into the practices of lesbianism and gayism and all those stuff like that. Some of the areas that are dark and stuff like that, to go there and be having illicit sex, it's troubling, folks. It's really troubling. I don't know. More attention needs to be placed on this so that if we are serious in transforming this country, like I always say to people, when the minds are developed, the eyes appreciate the works of the hands. We need to pay more attention on the education of Liberians. Our minds, you know, people minds are polluted, and in order to carry on development, we must first develop the minds. When the minds are developed, the eyes will appreciate the works of the hands. So lots of our friends minds need to be developed, but instead of developing the minds, we understand that they are fully involved into illicit acts that is actually plunging them into some dangerous aspect of the life, Yes, 0887 105 105, 0778 665 073. Interesting. You had lots of mature people going to the gathering but nowadays, the things that are now happening there, come on, most of them are even shying away. Not form part of the gathering any longer. It has no taste any longer. But it is of no interest to some of us who saw it as when it started off fine. It was very fine. Beverages that they produce and other stuff like that. But mind you, this time now they're trying to prioritizing the homosexual acts. This gone Sunday on the gathering was coined and dubbed gay gathering because the act was unbecoming. The gay parties, it was too high. Unlike other activities um, that past gatherings they've been having, but it's going Sunday umpire, well, the Congo Mensa Wessa. So let's get to talk about this. We need to redeem our society. And in redeeming our society, we must start with building the minds of the youth. How are we building the minds of the young people? These are things that we need to focus on. They're politics. We are focusing on politics, and at the end of the day, the morals of our society is being destroyed. Oh, yes. Who we go out there to fetch bread for, to make sure to get them educated, are going wayward, getting estrayed because of the bad influences they have around them. Oh, yes. So let's talk about these things. What needs to be done? Yeah. What's the recommendation to the government? Yeah, our kids are all in the streets. We have come to even realize that the issue of the business climate in Liberia is so difficult for Liberians. What institute folks, Liberians who are involved into businesses, most especially when they're importing their containers and other goods in the country, the high tariff and all the stuff like that. METHEX is one of the institutions that the government need to actually focus on and know what's the operation, because they are not living up to their TORs. They should have brought in the country machines to actually give a state-of-the-art digital operation when it comes to clearing and forwarding at the national port. But these things are not done. But you will understand that the business that should be for Liberians are now done by these same people who are the foreign partners who are bringing in the wholesale. They are also involved into the retailing as well. But our leaders have told us, past and present leaders have come out to say Liberians will be no spectator to their own economy. But it seems like we are even outside of the field. Foreigners are the forerunners and burners of our economy. They decide the price of whatever commodity. You go to some areas, you want to purchase rice, the folks will tell you, no, we don't have rice. But rice in their warehouses. So I think the government needs to come down strong and make sure that, that's why we say country, and the posture in which they talk, we saw a broad difference or differences in the climate. Charles MacArthur Gangate Taylor should speak on the gasoline came up and the drivers said they now place on the road, it should remain packed. And he meant it. And at the end of the day, before the 24 hours could have come to an end, no more activities started. So as a leader, our leaders should be straight to the core. They too much right now where Liberia is no too much softness. We need iron hand. Yes. We need iron hand. If you're too much soft, and one of the things I've come to realize about us, when you come to talk about this thing, the first thing will test you. You say, oh man, that just 1 week thing. And when the first 1 week pass, and you the motorcyclists felt within themselves, it was just a 1 week thing, where after 1 week, the whole process would have ceased, and saying, look, we need to register our bikes. We need to follow the rules and regulations. Though you still have some who are adamant and being violent and disobedient in the process. But what is happening now, the ones who are adhering to these rules and regulations are more than the ones who are defiant. We have good laws on the books, but the implementation of these laws is what lacking. We have policies on the book. And I want to call to the attention of the Justice Ministry. We can recall a legislation was passed and that banned public smoking. We've come to realize that people are not following these policies. Because it boils down on all of us health. You have someone smoking in the public, and you know what secondhand smoke does. It's very dangerous. People are now smoking anywhere, anyhow they feel like. Like I went to a entertainment area to do some observation, and this young man had a bone in his hand, started smoking in the gathering. I went to the management. I said, look, there are people who come to this business or to these entertainment areas, not because they want to get intoxicated or they want to get themselves involved into unwholesome behaviors. No, some people just come to listen to the music and enjoy the movement and so forth. So if you have someone who will sit in the gathering and start to smoke, no smoking. They have a specific place. If you want to smoke, you go into that place, you go and smoke. After you're smoking, you can come outside. Not everyone that go to these entertainment areas are smokers. So if you are a lover of shisha, or you are a lover of boom, or you are the marijuana, or whatever, what kind of smoke you take in, a specific area, a smoke room is there where you go and take in your substance, you do your smoking, everything. When you are done, you come outside. Because you have other people who don't smoke. They are also in that gathering. But in Liberia, it takes just few entertainment areas to put into practice these policies. Now you hear people, oh, what they were talking about the wearing of the helmet, and it will pose serious health, health issue, yes. So the National Public Health Institute came up with a strategy involved in the awareness of public smoking. People are smoking in the streets. People are smoking in public areas, which of course is not right. There are laws on the book that ban that. So let us get to talk about these things. These are things that we take common, but they are very important to our health. They are very important to the growth and development of our country. So 0887 FM. Let's get to talk about these things because it's very important. We know we are not delving into your hardcore politics, wherein people will be raining insults, people will be saying things that they have no business of saying. No, we look at the things that matters to the growth and development and the sustainability of our lives. So let's get involved. Let's talk about it. Every Sunday, every last Sunday, things. There are some good things, but the bad have superseded the good ones. The guys who organize the gathering are very smart, brilliant young men, and women. But more to that, you need to get to understand that the gathering is one of the influential activities in the country that attracts the young people. So the Ministry of Gender, you can partner with these young men and find gathering to educate young girls how to go about taking care of themselves. Hello,
Well, so,
how are you, sir? What's your name? And you join us from where?
sorry, I was on the party. This we still on the party.
So let's face the reality, man. Let's face reality. This is just about our nation. The growth and development of our country starts with us. Because when the minds are developed, the eyes are going to appreciate the words of the hands. Let our young people get involved into things that will transform their lives. Oh, yes, things that will transform their lives. This is very important, my people. Let us actually uh what's the I'm not seeing what the message here in my inbox. Um, no, this is not. I've not seen my brother. I've not seen the text you talk about. I've not seen it, anyways. So please, if you can resend your text, that I will appreciate. Resend your text. I would definitely appreciate that. Yeah. So let's get 5105. The numbers to call and form part of the program, the afternoon conversation right here on Love FM 105.1 0778 5073 0887 105 105 are the numbers to call. And let's talk about the things that more of your reactions right here on the program. Let's talk about it. What can you recommend in transforming the gathering for the better? And what are some of the recommendations you can make to those who actually um, and also talk about the business climate in Liberia. So my brother, you can send your text again. I haven't seen any text that you talked about, so you can send your text reaction or visit our live feed on Facebook and leave your comments there. Love TV Live. We'll read them out. Okay. Tay, God bless you. Um, oh no, this is not it. Let's go to the line. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
How are you? What's your name and you join us from where?
Yeah, Abraham Keda group on the Ekelame, my brother.
Abraham, let's hear you.
You say, man, but I'll let you, man. So, yeah, so thank you for your program, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you so well. Thank you. You know, though former President Taylor had his own lapses, But when it comes to the charisma and the posture of leadership, no. Come on. Who dare you? I mean, say, transportation, it was about transportation fare. People say, oh, gasoline price also, we're taking our car from the road. Say, before the end of the day, if those cars are not placed on the road, they should remain where they are parked. And at the end of the day, we saw the cars coming. We saw them radical approach. Not everything you'll be diplomatic. The people will rely on you. They'll rely on your leniency. They see your leniency as your weakness. Where Liberia stands, Liberia needs iron hand. Yeah. People who will not bend the law. If you are a lawmaker and you violate the appellate measure, you must go through it. If you are a minister and you violate the laws that you see that? So if you have the kind of leaders, if for instance, our president, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boakai, His Excellency, if your son or one of your cabinet ministers violates your policies you put into place for good governance, that person even go beyond. But if this person does this, and and let us come and Sonny, the next man will do even worse than what that man have done. So be relieved of that post, let that person be relieved of that post. It will serve as a deterrent for the ones, the people can say, when a hunchback man died in a town, on the funeral of that hunchback, the man who died, all other hunchback individuals would love to attend that funeral because they want to know back or face down to the soil. So he or she wants to know. So if you can punish your closest allies in your administration, that not because you are close to the power that be and you violate the laws that are on the book, and then the laws, the power that be should you. No, you must be exposed and punished for your actions. Like that, president will take charge. People will start to do the right thing. Who told you people? Yes, they want to see your ability of your leadership. You can't say about what I mean. That just the mayor. They want to say he has integrity. Let's do this one. Let's do that one. And afterwards, we watch and see what will be a reaction. If there's no strong reaction, through your able leadership, your able lieutenant to take keen attention. I want to call on the gender ministry. Yes. The justice ministry and all other institutions that are responsible for the growth and development of this nation, specifically building the minds. Education ministry can also get involved. The health ministry can also get involved. It's a very great event. It has a lot of following, but the practices there are very bad. Call them, work with them, and see how they can transform that gathering to something very positive. Other countries, they do have these kind of gatherings. Intake of drugs and a lot of abuses, so to speak. If care is not given, I tell you, in the nearest future, things will go out of hand. We see people now using the social media to prioritize and pub. On social media, you see Odell and her so-called wife. They're doing all sorts of things, and you see us, we who there and we watch it. We go, oh yeah, we'll comment. Oh, mother Zion, daughter Zion. This is not done on a free basis. You understand that the people are testing the waters. Odell and her cronies are being used as the tester. Right now, it started with the social media. It's being practiced in a broad open at the gathering now. Sooner or later, we soon start seeing marriages all around the place here. It's happening, but on a very low scale. It's a very so it may say, okay, that law, everybody have the right to practice whatever they want to practice. Let us be keen on it. We know that, oh yes, Liberia have signed this thing, and the people who are practicing this thing are free to carry on their activities. But we shouldn't be blaspheming the public that, oh, we are not into to this thing. We are not succumb to these practices in our country, but we found people doing it, and it's on the increase. That's why I said to people, politicians are very crafty and they're very personal. They want to go for what is their best gains. They don't care about you. We see our young sisters and brothers. When you want to know how destroy this stuff is destroying the young folks, visit the hospital. You see young from the arts have plunged them to unbearable situation. The clothes that they want to wear, the latest jewelry, the latest iPhone days, is not even useful to them now. People who go to visit them are the ones talking. Visit the hospitals on a regular basis and see the young people. They have destroyed themselves. They are destroying themselves in the numbers. If care is not given, and there are big institutions operating in this country. fully sponsoring these children, fully sponsoring them. Oh yeah, it's not even anything about that. They're fully sponsoring them, and there are some big hands, even through the media as well, that are involved in the process. If not, we won't have a future for our children. The children will be destroyed. They will eat their reset before reset period. Someone will say they are eating the youthful ages before the mature stages. They are eating the mature ages in the youthful ages. They are now doing it in the youthful age. So wherever you are, we want to wind down the curtains, so we're not taking calls. We want to wind down the curtains and get a few commercial commitment. And be right back. Don't go away. This is Love FM 105.1. It's a dawning of a new day in broadcasting installation and purchasing needs. At Expert Communication Consultant, we are the premier source for professional radio and television installation. Contact us today for the following services. We build, install, and do servicing on towers from start to finish. We do a full installation of radio and television equipment. We soundproof and brand radio and television studios of all kinds. We do repairs on radio and television equipment. We do order radio and television equipment as well as spare parts from Italy. The biggest news is we have state-of-the-art solar broadcasting system that uses solar power. So look no further for your communication perfection. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco, Monrovia, right in the technology building. We can be contacted on 231-886-462632 or 231-770-4626. Installation.
Liberia, get ready to witness the biggest and greatest sports competition in Liberia. Lusa MTN, in partnership with the Liberian Football Association, launches the Momo Community Football League. 16 under-17 teams from various communities around Monrovia will be battling every Saturday for a chance to be the king of Monrovia community. The big question is, who will win the 300,000 Liberian dollars cash prize? Communities like Bannersville under 17, Dixville under 17, Chicken Soup Factory under 17, Jacobtown, West Point, PHP Community, Clay Street under 17, Freeport, Lockingtown, St. Paul Bridge. To victory. Let's see who will walk away with a grand prize of 300,000 Liberian dollars. The league starts from May 11, 2024 to June 2024. Follow Lone Star MTN Facebook page on Facebook and Instagram and the Liberia Football Association Facebook page for all the weekly updates. We are looking for change makers in Liberia. Someone and development. Nominate he or she today to become the next Momo Hero of Change. Visit Lunsacell MTN social media pages or website Lunsacell MTN/Momo Heroes of Change 2024 to nominate your hero. First winner will receive 2 million Liberian dollars. Second winner, 1 million Liberian dollars. And the third winner, 500,000 Liberian.
MTN.
Ba, what's it making your face sour again today?
Ba, I supposed to pay my landlord today, but I forget today like Saturday and the bank and close soon.
But a big problem, oh. But ain't no start MTN mobile money get push and pull service.
Oh yeah, oh. I can withdraw the money from my bank account to my mobile money account and pay my landlord in 5 minutes. Thank you, oh. Thank you, Jojo. Thank you.
Banking with any of these banks, GT Bank, UBA Bank, Access Bank, Echo Bank, LBDR, IB Bank, Afriland Bank, or Global Bank. Simply visit the bank and request to link your bank account to your mobile money account. Get access to your money whenever you need it without any headache. It only takes 3 minutes. More, whenever, wherever.
MTN.
So we're back. We have few minutes to go. Very few minutes to go on the afternoon conversation. Like we were saying, right? And I will continue to emphasize the gathering is not a bad thing. The purpose, I think, should be to develop the minds of the young folks through various disciplines. You have people who are in the arts and craft. You have people who in the cultural practices, and all these things can be utilized. Get these brains, you get the Balawala. You have all these great people. Some of us will open our eyes on the Kenya. When our parents needed us to learn our cultural values, they took us to Kenya. They took us to that place to see the cultural practices. They took us to that event so that we get to understand who we are, where we come from, our cultural heritage. But you understand now, the gathering, I can tell people for free. I can tell you for free, the gathering is the most publicized and more followed event now in Liberia. Let's get this commercial bit commitment and be right back. Don't go away. To open the line, 0887 105 105 0778 665073.
We are looking for change makers in Liberia. Someone working really hard to make an impact in education, health, youth and women empowerment, local tech solutions, and community impact and development. Nominate he or she today to become the next Momo Hero of Change. Visit Lunsacell MTN social media pages or website lunsacellmtn/Momo Heroes of Change 2024 to nominate your hero. First winner will receive 2 million Liberian dollars. Second winner, 1 million Liberian dollars. And the third winner, 500,000 Liberian dollars. It's the 2024 Momo Heroes of Change, recognizing Liberia's change makers.
MTN.
We are looking for change makers in Liberia. Someone working really hard to make an impact in education, health, youth and women empowerment, local tech solutions, and community impact and development. Nominate he or she today to become the next Momo Hero of Change. Visit Lunsacell MTN social media pages or website lunsacellmtn/Momo Heroes of Change 2024 to nominate your hero. First winner will receive 2 million Liberian dollars. Second winner, 1 million Liberian dollars. And the third winner, 500,000 Liberian dollars. It's the 2024 Momo Heroes of Change, recognizing Liberia's change makers.
MTN.
Love FM 105.1 transmitting to you from Thanksgiving Sinker, right in the technology building. Just insight, highlights from the Mika press briefing. We have few lines to rumble through quickly. Say no decision reached on the earth moving equipment, but we will get earth moving equipment for our roads, but not in an illegal way. Information Minister Jerome Pia says there has been no decision reached yet regarding the acquisition of earth moving equipment. According to Minister Pia, it was just a briefing provided by the Minister of State with our portfolio. He wants the public to hold on until the final agreement is reached or consummated flat side. Meanwhile, the Oracle newspaper reported today that President Joseph Boakai declined multi-million-dollar token, which it's facilitated to apparently lure authorities to surrendering the country's remaining mining assets to Chinese and South American and South African mineral barrels. The president reportedly cut off the deal in an emergency cabinet meeting Monday as lawmakers and critics form over the source and not too clear nature of the arrangement, according to the people who had access to the conversation. With transparency and other governance issues raised, Boakai chastised officials associated with the arrangement and that he sense wrongdoing. Okay, so that's highlights from the whole 280 some more F moving equipment. So that's that. At least the noise will cease on that matter. Like the Eaton and Iboma issue during the CDC-led government. So, like I was saying, the gathering is one of the largest, if not the biggest, in our country of young people conversion at a particular place to Merrimack. So I think in my mind and others who we have sought their own intervention have actually sided with us that we need to have the Justice Ministry, the Gender Ministry, the Ministry of Health, the how you call it, the Information Ministry, through the culture and tourism aspect involved, and also get the Education Ministry involved, sit on a round table with these young and brilliant young men and women who crafted this gathering, and see how best you can infuse positive things that will make the gathering a very unique one, that will transform the young people, because we often say that the future belongs to the young folks, the youth, right? For me, I'm already living my future because I'm no longer a youth. I'm a young adult. I am an adult, so I'm no longer a youth. So if we are to pave the way for the youth, we must start with these things that we actually transform them, that we give them an insight of what life is about. So I'm calling on the Justice Ministry. Someone will say, why should we have the Justice Ministry? Because they are the ones who are implementers of laws. They go about implementing, policies and stuff like that in terms of the rule of law. So they need to form part of this. You have the Ministry of Information, Culture and Tourism also need to form part of this. The Education Ministry also need to form part of this. The Gender Ministry, the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, and that of the National Public Health Institute, NPHIL, also need to form part of it. The social society organizations, The religious organizations also need to form part of this. Get these young men around the table. They are very creative, very influential. Get them around the table and see how best we can coin or recoin this gathering, because it's the most publicized event that brings young people together. It's a very good idea, but the trend it has taken, it has the propensity to destroy the youthfulness of our young brothers and sisters, because there are lots of bad practices, lots of negative things that are now taken, and the organizers won't have the control over those guys at the moment. They won't. But if you have the authority involved and publicity carried out and lots of ingenuity, taking siege of the matter, come on, creativity, trust me, it will be one of the biggest and finest youthful events in our country that will get the young folks to understand their values, understand their roles and responsibilities. That's why I'll continue, and will continue to say there is a need for the reintroduction of civics in our curriculum, because civics teaches a lot of lessons. It teaches us how to go about our daily activities in terms of knowing the roles and responsibilities as citizens, knowing the roles and responsibilities of the various branches of government. There are a lot more civics have taught some of us who had the opportunity to have studied when we were in school. Now our brothers and sisters, can you imagine? A lot of them do not even know how to say the national anthem. Most of them do not even know how to say the pledge. How pitiful it is. It's so sad. You have grown-ups now, when you ask them to sing the first and second stanzas of the national anthem, they don't know it. You ask somebody right now, a school-going person that is of age now, to even say for you the pledge. It's a disaster. But we're not looking at these things. All we look at here, oh, how the other politician bring in the other one, how the other politician want to bring their own friend down. They only seek after their interest, how to go about doing those things that will, come on. When we have our society going down the drain, the younger ones are growing up in an environment that is not even conducive for their well-being. But everything we do, we politicize it. We have used politics to even tear down the fabrics of our society. Politics have made the youth turn out to be the way they are now, because there's no care given. The parents who should focus on the growth and development of the children are not focused on politics. What the time a parent who is a battlecrat chair or a member of a particular political party battlecrat, what the time he or she had to go and tutor the child when the child comes from school, what the time he or she had to go and look at that child lesson to know as to whether that child is improving in school. No time. But yeah, we said that, oh, the government will do this. It's not all about the government. We make the government. We need to do our part of the bargaining. If we are to have a peaceful society, if we are to have a society that is well organized, we should play our role. It is the sole responsibility of the government to create an enabling environment for each and every citizen. It is on you, the religious leaders, to play your part. The academicians to play your part. You, the parents, to play your part. The bringing up of a child is not only resting on the shoulders of the parent. The society have their own role to play. But where are we today? All that we do, we politicize, even to drink water, we politicize it. Our own feeding, we politicize it. This is scary if care is not given. I continue to emphasize on this gathering because I see great potential. I see great prospects in the young men and women who organize that gathering of the young folks. If you can gather 2, 3, 4, 5 young people in this dispensation, you are an influencer. So you have the control of those minds. So if you can use these people to carry on, to roll out some positive programs that will educate the young people, make them to understand the roles and responsibilities in society, trust me, in the soonest possible time, you will see a person who craves to go to take in drugs will shy away from drugs intake. A person who craves to go after things that he or she cannot maintain, to get involved into criminality, will shy away from it because he or she have identified the potential he carries or she carries. But you sit there, everything you all politicize it. Some of you, you hold state power, you hold positions in government. You take your children from here, you send them out of this country to go and acquire knowledge. How serious are we that we will transform the educational sector of our country when the officials who should enact, the lawmakers and those officials who should bring to the book to transform the system are taking their children away from here and carrying them to foreign countries to go and acquire knowledge? You think they will have the mind to change the system yet? They won't. So President Boakai, this is one of the measures you should put in place. If you are a government official and your child is of school-going age, your child should attend school in Liberia. Yeah. Your child or your children should attend schools in Liberia. More precisely, let them attend the government schools too. So we'll see drastic measure taken. The improvement of the educational system in the public schools. We'll see it taking higher level. But the people ain't care. You gave me ministerial position now. The next thing, I'm taking my child from here to my children from here. I carry them in Ghana or I carry them outside of Africa to go and acquire knowledge. Why? I'm a minister for some kind of ministry here. How serious will I be to transform the system? You gotta know my children are not here. So my children will be outside acquiring knowledge, while the other ones are here languishing and not getting the adequate knowledge that they need to better their lives. These are the things that are happening. That's one thing I can still recall. Was it 2018, 2019? Yes, between there. When the fallen Ghanaian president who died, he was taken firstly, Atta Mills, yes. He was taken firstly to France, and later on, he requested to be brought back to his country because, according to him, he said resources that were being used on him in the foreign country, if it was placed in the budget to improve the system, the health system in Ghana, there will be lots of people that will benefit from it, not even him alone. So he should be brought back to his country and let that money be spent in his country to better the system, to better the education system, the health system in his country. How many of you can take up your time to go and do your rounds, your checkup at JFK as a minister? How many of you can go to JFK when you feel headache for treatment? The next thing you fly in from here to go Ghana. See the kind of place some of you can go. You go Ghana, you go to Kalabu Hospital, teaching. They already get TNI MA. You get a student that go to practice to TNI, how you looking? That money, that thousands of dollars, you think you can spend it at JFK that will better the system? We have great brains. We have good doctors, good nurses here. But they need a system to be put in place. They need the necessary equipment. When these equipment are provided, the enabling environment created, the nurses and doctors will work assiduously. But you said that some of you are a representative or senator. You used to do your little routine to JFK. As soon as you became senator or representative, no, you won't fly to Ivory Coast, you won't fly to Guinea, you won't fly to Ghana, you won't go abroad to do your check. Here, this little rash coming on your skin, you won't go to JFK to check the rash now. You won't go to France, you won't go to India. How will your system be developed? You have the gavel of authority in your hand to enact laws, to create the system. You think you're on that one. But all day we talk politics, politics, politics. Right in our own backyard. See how disgraceful it is. I mean, it's so saddening, and I'm going to say this. I did a video on it, a live video on the situation in the Wetona community in Pinsville, Duper Road precisely, where unscrupulous being stole the two breakers attached to the transformer that serves the community. The two breakers were stolen. Today is making it the 5th day since the breaker was stolen. I did that video, forwarded the video to the communication manager or director of LEC in his WhatsApp. We yet to get a redress. And I also forwarded that to his code worker in the same communication arm, in person of Charles Lamadan. Charles Lamadan, he acknowledged receiving the video. It's a troubling one because, man, all those cables are exposed and the transformer is just there. If any of these cables touch, you know how disastrous it's going to be? 5 days running now, there's no action taken by the LEC. And that road behind the Duper Road Clinic is one of the busiest roads in the Duper Road area. And that community is densely populated. You have school-going kids using that route. The cables are exposed. Since the stuff were taken away, the two breakers were taken away from the pole, from the transformer. No action by the LEC. Where are we? We want to see disaster taking place before we be proactive to act upon those things. It is so sad, my people. Then what's the services? People pay for services. They are not getting the services. It is the service because, mind you, no one owns a meter. No one owns a light pole, neither a transformer, so to speak. It is the property of the Liberia Electricity Corporation. So now, when a breaker in a community that powers the community through the transformer is stolen, is it the prerogative of the community to buy that breaker, or it is the sole responsibility of the LEC to replace those breakers? This is what we want to know. This is what we want to know, because 5 days running, we've publicized this video. We've contacted people from in-house. No action have been taken. Where are we? Is that everything we were politicized? Come on, man, Liberians. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call. Few minutes from now, we wind down the curtains on today's edition of the program, The Afternoon Conversation. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105. If you have any input to make on these things we've been talking, you have the opportunity now. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call and form part of the afternoon conversation. My name is Rufus. I'm right here. Let's get talking. It's good that we talk about these things and find an amicable solution, you know? Yeah, let's get this commercial commitment to be right back. Don't go away while we await your calls.
We are looking for change makers in Liberia. Someone working really hard to make an impact in education, health, youth and women empowerment, local tech solutions, and community impact and development. Nominate he or she today to become the next Momo Hero of Change. Visit Lunsacell MTN social media pages or website lunsacellmtn/Momo Heroes of Change 2024 to nominate your hero. First winner will receive $2 million Liberian dollars. Second winner, $1 million Liberian dollars. And the third winner, 500,000 Liberian dollars. It's the 2024 Momo Heroes of Change, recognizing Liberia's change makers.
MTN.
So we are back quickly to take your calls and call your day 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105 are the numbers to call quickly. Time is fast spent. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call. Yes, there are some situations in the community that you want to speak to. You can call for and then put your points through. Let's get to this line and take this person. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
How are you? What's your name and you join us from where?
I'm Johnson Basin, Johnsonville, to be precise.
Let's hear you.
And the issue of the LEC is what I want to speak to.
Go ahead.
LEC thing that I have seen is that LEC, they are very proactive when it comes to power theft. They go within the community, cut various lands all over the place, but there's no customer service. If you have problem, you even write LEC, you find yourself in the problem. They don't care. They would never attend to you until you get into the problem. Then they come and take away all the land. And they were very proactive in customer service as they are doing with the power theft. I think then we're going to have a better Liberia. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much. Let's get more of your reactions. 0778-665-073. Let's go to the line and take this person. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Wonderful. What's your name and you join us from where?
I'm Kerry Rapper calling from Bonham from FDA 540.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, that's what we are saying. The power theft issue is getting rampant in this country. There are no system put in place for this country. So they are sitting to that office, the AC office, corrupting the market, all entity. They will get their men on the feet, they will get on the feet and collect money from people and connect them illegally, collect money from the people when they ready can and disconnect your wire. And other people who pay taxes, who pay recharging when they ready, they cut them off in a very community, happening in our community. They carry on the dubious ass in the community, in the Bonafide community here. But I don't believe that the government, the system will find ourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's get more of your reaction. Time is fast spent. 0778-665-073, 0887-105-105. Let me use this medium to call on the LEC once again for a swift response to a situation that is actually right now in the Dupert Road Wiltona community. Let's get this caller. Hello.
Yeah.
Your name and the join us from where?
Calling from Johnson. Calling from Johnson.
What's your name?
Yeah, my name Kita Kape.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, my sister gone down. They see your mentor. So she was trying to grab back the post. She read the post. They call her back. And they make him. They took the land and carry it. So the country will understand the other woman here.
All right, my sister. Thank you so much. More of your reaction 0887 105 105 0887 105 105 0778 665 are the numbers to call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, good afternoon. The former calling from Panama.
Let's hear you.
One of the problems that I have with LEC is the meter problem. Many a times you will put in for meter, which is happening with our case for now. And then they will tell you there is no meter or transformer in the country. So where are they getting it from? And they know that there is a major source of government revenue collection. This is the only country I see that people got money, they want to give it to, or they want to deposit into government revenue, and the government rejecting it. That government entity rejecting the money from the people, because that's why in developing country or developed country you will see that it's mandatory or it's a matter of compulsion that they give electricity and water. But this is the only country that people want LEC. They want the meter, and then they will tell you the meter is finished. So it is troubling. This is an inheritance problem. We know that. We can allude it to this newly elected government. We know that it's an old age problem, but it can be minimized. It cannot be settled in totality. We know that the system can be brought to a level where the people will say, yes, this is well done. So that is my advice for the LEC.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. We appreciate your participation. Let's hear you, PM. Let's hear you.
Nobody not going about it. So they found everything to be a magazine. So the high looking. The part that we only not know everything, but nobody put a mind into about it. So down by the Japan off. I know everything with international.
Thank you. Thank you. So the Watuna community is at risk at the moment, where the transformer breakers were stolen by some unscrupulous being. Today marks the 5th day since the 2 breakers from the transformer were stolen and there have been no action by the Liberia Electricity Corporation. We've done several videos, made several calls, but they have not come to the aid of the community, and that is a serious risk. Those cables know that we are in the rainy season. Those cables are exposed. Any touch by any of them on the other is a disaster. And you have school-going kids. That's one of the busiest roads used in the Painesville area that connects other parts of Painesville. Behind the Duper Road Clinic there, the Waterna community. Today marks the 5th day since the breakers were stolen. No action by the LEC. So we are calling on you. It's a very serious emergency that needs a quick response. We don't want to have disasters before you come to repair or replace or do the needful. It is time that you do the needful. Now it is the rainy season. And where the transformer is not far from the water. You have this little heap of little water sets right around the transformer area there, where you have the wires are exposed. Those big cables from the transformer that was connecting the breakers, they are exposed, and it's dangerous. So the relevant authority, management of LEC, hope you have this information and do a quick response. On this note, this is how I love to wind down the curtains on today's edition of the program, The Afternoon Conversation. Many thanks to all of you who form part by way of calling, and those of you who view, we appreciate your viewing. Our silent listeners, we also appreciate you so highly. Until we have this time like this, God willing, is on tomorrow. My name is Rufus Divine Khan, and I always leave you this voice. There are two things in this life you always be remembered for: the problems you create and the problems you solve. And you must take responsibility of two things in this life: your fortune and that of your misfortune. Because we always say, in union, strong success is sure. With God above, our rights to prove, we over all prevail. With hearts and hands, our country cause defending, we meet the fall with valor unpretending. I lead, and others follow. For as among equals, of course, I'm destined for greatness. That's what I'm, Rufus Divine Cannon. Have yourselves a wonderful and God bless day. Bye-bye.
I know of no safe depository of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome direction, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their direction by education. Join Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live for the program, The Afternoon Conversation. We provide you a platform for open dialogue and intellectual exchange. We encourage listeners